In the forest, this lonely girl is cutting down small trees. Afterward, she binds them together to create a bundle. This bundle is very heavy. But what's more surprising is that she picks up 2 of these bundles at once and, with great difficulty, carries them back to her village. Next, the girl strips the bark off all the wood and ties it to one side. She sits down in one place and begins to pull very thin strips from inside the bark. She continues doing this until morning. The girl's back is aching, but she gathers all the strips and picks them up, spreading them out to dry. The next day, once they are dry, the girl collects them again. With great difficulty, she picks up the entire pile and slowly walks to the river. She ties stones to these strips and submerges them in the water to prevent them from floating away. They soak for 2 days. After 2 days, the girl picks up the strips again, which have become very heavy due to absorbing water. She then dissolves lime in water and thoroughly soaks the strips in it. Afterward, the strips are heated and the washing process is repeated. After a few hours, the strips are removed and beaten with a very large wooden hammer. All the water has now drained from the strips, and they have become as hard as dry biscuits. Then, water is added again, and they are left for a while. A kind of pulp has formed from all these strips. This pulp is now strained to remove excess water. Now it's time to break the cacti. The girl breaks many cacti and beats them thoroughly with a hammer. A liquid is extracted, and this liquid is filtered separately. After removing the excess water from the slime, it is mixed with the pulp of the strips. Next, a thin bamboo sieve is waved over the water. Some of the pulp collects on the sieve and is stuck to a separate place. Now it's time to remove the excess water from all the pulp. The girl uses her full weight to squeeze out the water and leaves a weight on it for the entire night. By morning, all the water has dried, but to dry it further, it is stuck to the walls in separate pieces. After some time, all these papers are removed and cut with a large knife. And thus, very beautiful organic paper is produced. This girl certainly deserves a like for all her hard work. Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss this channel. In a quaint little village, a young girl began an age-old tradition. She'd lay out a cowhide and drench it in water. After a while, she'd spread a layer of lime over the wet hide. Once the lime had softened, she'd smooth it out evenly. The hide was left overnight. And the next morning, it was washed thoroughly to remove any remaining lime. Using a sharp tool, she'd carefully scrape off all the hair, leaving the hide completely clean. Next, she'd remove any stubborn dirt or grease. After another thorough wash, the hide was hung to dry for a month. Once the hides were completely dry and lightweight, they were submerged in a river with heavy stones placed on top. After 3 days, she'd retrieve them. Meanwhile, she'd gathered long, straight pieces of wood and marked them to create curved shapes. With great care, she'd cut the wood according to her markings. She'd then plane each piece to ensure a smooth finish and measure them to maintain consistency. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to support our work. Using a mold, she'd carefully shape each piece of wood. Then she'd apply a generous coat of craft glue and join the pieces together. Once the glue had dried, she'd plane the assembled pieces again and secure them with a strong rope. The hides were ready. She'd remove them from the river, lay them out on the ground, and cut them into perfectly round shapes. Using a sharp tool, she'd punch holes around the edges, which would later be used to tighten the hide. She'd then stretch the hide taut and secure it. Near the border, she'd hammer in a large number of thumbtacks. Next, she'd insert springs and repeat the entire process on the other side. Any excess hide was trimmed off. With a few finishing touches, she'd dip a cloth in a stain and apply it to the visible wooden parts, giving the drum a beautiful finish. These drums have a history dating back over 2,000 years. The Chen and Kan tribes used them to inspire their warriors during battles.
Deep in the heart of a treacherous jungle, a young girl was hard at work. She'd gathered a variety of fruits and vegetables, which she began to mash into a pulp. The pulp was then carefully transferred to a large pot filled with water. With the same precision, she tackled other ingredients: red cabbage, lemons, sapwood grass, tree bark, parsley, and pumpkins. Each item was meticulously placed into its own pot to simmer. Once all the ingredients were cooking, the girl began adding different ingredients. She carefully ladled out portions of each ingredient and blended them thoroughly. With each mixture, she stirred and simmered, creating a colorful array of concoctions. With 7 pots bubbling away, it was time for the next step. She strained each pot, removing any solid pieces and leaving behind a rich, colorful liquid. To these liquids, she added a combination of alum, salt, and lye, stirring vigorously until the mixtures had taken on a uniform hue. The girl selected several white cloths. She dipped each cloth into a different colored solution and used her feet to work the dye into the fibers. The dyed cloths were left to set. Once the color had fully absorbed into the fabric, she removed them from the dye baths and hung them out to dry. As the sun did its work, the cloths brightened and softened. When the cloths were completely dry, she washed them again to remove any excess dye. After another round of drying, she skillfully folded the fabric, preparing it for the next stage. With nimble fingers, she began to cut and sew the fabric. And there it was, a stunning traditional Chinese dress, handcrafted by her own hands. As she slipped into the dress, she felt a sense of freedom and empowerment. It was as if she had created her own little world, one stitch at a time. Please like and share the video, and subscribe to our channel. With a determined glint in her eye, the girl wielded her sharp machete, slicing through the towering bamboo she'd harvested from the nearby forest. Each piece, heavy and green, was a testament to her hard work. She dragged them for miles, falling countless times, but always rising again. After cutting the bamboo into manageable lengths, she meticulously split them in half. With each stroke of her tool, she revealed the bamboo's inner core, a canvas for her creation. Marks were made, and with steady hands, she carved precise cuts along the length of the bamboo. Once the cuts were complete, she smoothed the edges and began to join the pieces together. A bench began to take shape, and she filled any gaps with wooden pegs. The next day, she measured and cut more bamboo, smoothing away the rough edges. After a thorough cleaning, she heated a metal tool and used it to create holes in the bamboo stands. With wooden pegs, she secured the pieces firmly. Smaller pieces of bamboo were cut and joined with screws to create a sturdy stand. The foundation was complete. Now, it was time for the roof. She cut smaller pieces of bamboo and tied the pre-made bench to the stand with a thick rope. A swing was taking shape. To add a touch of elegance, she crafted a beautiful bamboo ceiling. A delicate bamboo lantern was hung from the ceiling. All her hard work had paid off. Wearing her traditional Chinese dress, she settled into her handmade swing, a book in hand. As the sun began to set, she drifted off to sleep. If you enjoyed this story of craftsmanship and determination, please like and subscribe.